clear our debris. And we need to see if we can find our rocket, because if you remember, we had a weird bug last time we were here. And our ship was kind of stuck bobbing in the water. So we need to see if it's out here somewhere. So this is Cape Canaveral. This is where we take off from. And I don't see it out there in the water, so I have no idea what's going on. So let's go in and make sure everything's saved right when it crashed. We may have to redo the last, let's see, vessel, reconditioning launch pad, VAB plans. Suborbital 2 is right there, which I think was either that or the skyrocket that we had done. We were working on getting this done, and we had just missed out on the 400 kilometer. We had enough upward trajectory, we just did not have enough lateral trajectory. Pretty much, Rudy. Pretty much. Alright, so Skyrocket 2, or Spy Rocket 2. Yeah, this is the one we were actually using. And this is the one that got us almost where we needed to go, but not quite. So let's see if we can put some boosters on here to help get just a little more oomph off the start. Now the problem is that the only boosters we currently have are those tiny TIMs, unless we go with liquid boosters. We honestly could do that. Shouldn't be too difficult. We just throw. No, I don't need spin stabilizing anymore. I have gimbling engine currently. I did use spin stabilizing early on, but don't need it anymore. We can use Aero Bees, but they've got so little thrust. We really don't need, and we also can't handle the weight of those. We could use those Veronics. Those are 44. They're not too bad. It's only 12 mass. We can make these longer. And the engine does not need clamps, just has the U-loge thing. And gravity should take care of that for this. So let's fill the tanks. So the engine should be plenty happy. let's see. So we need this to be on the bottom. Now, currently these are not showing up. We're actually going to start these after this one, and then we'll get rid of them, and then we'll get rid of this part. Now, this still does not show thrust yet. So what is its issue? This one, we want this one, the 45-second one, has a thrust of 44, but it can burn way longer. So that's the one we want there. And it says that the propellant is kerosene or nitrogen. Did I put the wrong fuel in this? I'll bet you this has got the same fuel as this tank. This tank is liquid oxygen, HTP, and ethylene. I'll bet you that's the problem. It filled this tank. Yep, that's the issue. It's filled it with what the main engine wants. Where is the cross feed thing? Isn't there a... There should be a thing for... Let me see, texture, shape, fuel, volume, tank UI, auto strut, rigid. There was a thing in here for the... Oh crap, now I can't find it. There was a thing in here that I could see the fuel and the way it was going. Well, I guess we can just set this to that. The only problem is it's not going to give it the other stuff that it needs, because doesn't it? I do believe. Let's try. Let's try doing this. I put it down here. And now we go into the tank UI. Remove that. It's still showing the liquid oxygen and ethanol, which is not what it should be showing. For the tank, for the engine we have on it. Kerosene, nitrogen, yeah, ethanol is not in that list, which is why we don't have thrust. Just try to put a ring decoupler in there and see if that'll fix it. We need it to be a separate tank. Remove all tanks. It still wants to do that. Alright. Fine. Go over there for a second. I'll put this up here independently. Now give me the tank UI. Now it shows me nothing. That's even better. Thanks. Now it literally shows no fuel. It doesn't say it needs to be pressurized. What the hell did I do to this thing? I am quite confused. Move all tanks. Close that. It's on steel. Try high pressure. High pressure does not change it. There we go. Now we got it. Alright, so now we can pull that off of there. We can put that back on. Usually the engine yells at you if it needs to be high pressure, but I don't know. I'm still learning this crap. Morning, Chairman. Alright, so we need, and now it's saying we're over by 0.54 tons. 0.154 ton. Alright, so we're going to have to make this length a little bit smaller. Alright, that'll work. Hopefully the ground clamp doesn't cost, since it's not technically going anywhere. Alright, so the ground clamp, light the main engine. Once the main engine lights and we take off, then we'll hit the boosters. We'll drop the boosters. This thing needs to go away. Okay, we'll drop the boosters. And then we'll drop the main tank and kick off the parachute. And that should give us the extra oomph we need to get up there. And this is still set to burn for 68. Alright, later, Rudy. And these are going to burn for 65 seconds. That's too long. These engines will not burn more than 45 seconds. So we need to make these smaller anyways. There we go, 44. That'll work. And we can't make this any larger. So I guess the only other thing we really can do is the nose cones are too damn big. We don't have the procedural one yet. We can't use that either. Alright, so let's just change this to 2A. Save that. We need to do our tooling. It's going to cost us $3,000, which is okay. Purchase the tooling. And turn that back off. Plans. Add. Build. And unlock one part for one fun and build vessel. And yes, please. Alright, so recondition the launch pad. That is done. Basically, basic rocketry. Get that research done. Another one of my crew members is retired. Great. Supersonic. That is finally done. And there is our rocket. So get it finished. We are now up to 1959. Let's roll this bad boy out. And launch. We got about 6 years before we're supposed to be landing on the moon. That's not a whole lot of time since we ain't even hit orbit yet. Alright, SAS is on. We are throttled up. I completely screwed that up. Why did I put the launch clamp first? The launch clamp goes second. Congratulations, dumbass. This goes there. Alright, throttle up, SAS. Light. Go. Boosters on. And one of them did not light. Alright, revert. Try it again. Engine failures suck. Alright. Let's actually do this. Light the main engine. Light the boosters. And we've got one failing again. Damn it. Ugh. I hate it when it does that. I want to see it blow up on impact. These Veronic engines are not happy. Maybe I should light them first. That way we're not wasting our main fuel. Get it lit. Alright. Light them. Hey look, they went. What do you know? Our SAS is off, which is not good. We should have had that set to 20 tons, so I'm not quite sure why we have no SAS. There we go. Now we're low enough. Go ahead and get just a little bit of an angle here. Alright, let's get rid of them. We've got 100. Alright, we've got plenty of height. We've got way more height than we need. We got 200 plus. We only need to get to 150. So we got well over the height we need. Now we just got to see if it's going to go downrange far enough. And I'm guessing no, but we'll see. Because we're only at 50 now. We need to get to at least 200. We want at least half of it on the way up. And we're not even hitting 100. And there's 100. Alright, get rid of that. We got 150. Yeah, there's no way. We are just about out of the arching part of this. We're just breaking 200. Alright, let's try it again. And this time we'll tip it over just a little bit more. See if we can pull this off. We know we got the height. That's not a problem. Alright, so move that up. Main engine ignition. Release. No, we got 2 failures. These engines are not liking it. Alright. Let's actually move them down. Light them at the same time we do the main. Alright. Much nicer. As soon as we get SAS back, go ahead and tip this bad boy over just a touch. And we're going to continue going north. You know, we got 2 engines failing on us. But we're okay. Now we can release them. And so far we're projected to 70, 90, 100, 20, 30, 40, 157. Alright, that's not so great, but it should be enough. It's still above 50, and we've got a lot of downrange distance already. Way more than what we had before. But I still don't know if we're going to hit 200 before we get to the top of this. We're going to be really, really close. 150, 160, 170, 80, 90. Alright, we're coming back down. We just was a little bit off. Come on, baby, hit 400. And 300. 350. Come on, we are so close. 365. If those 2 engines hadn't have failed out, we would have had it. Alright, let's give it another try. I should have simulated this to know that it was going to work. But the last one was so close. I knew just some extra oomph would have made it, but it is just not wanting to get all the way there. It is making me fight for it. Alright. The engines. Release. Whoa, 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 whoa. Engine failing. What's his problem? Loss of thrust. Well, obviously. Well, bye. Has failed performance loss, but this failure has given us valuable data. Yeah, valuable data that ain't gonna do me any good, because I ain't got the time to keep that. Alright, let's try this again. Go, baby, go. Don't fail on me. Come on, give me SAS back. Alright, we got some control. And we had one engine fail. Still got 3. Alright. Release. $80, $90, $100, $30. Oh, just barely under. Son of a gun. So let's see how far downrange it actually gets. Because we're going way sideways now. We should easily hit 400. At least I would think. Doesn't look like it though, because we're almost to the top of our arc and we still didn't hit 200. It really needs that extra time going up. We're at 190. And it's definitely going to be on a longer arc, but we're coming down pretty fast. We haven't even hit 300 yet. Yeah, we were closer on that last one. Alright, let's give her another go. Okay, throttle's up, SAS is on. Let's kick the tires and light the fires. Nope. We have engine failure already. Loss of thrust. That is not good. Shutting it down did not help. These Veronic engines are just being a pain in the ass. Alright, let's try it again. Okay, they all lit. They're all running good. Now just stay that way all the way through the flight. We can do this. And we just lost an engine. Alright, I'm going to try to keep it there. Okay, it's still running. Just not running as well as the rest. But I'm thinking we should just cut our losses and get rid of that. I don't think we're going to hit 150. Nope, 142. That engine cutting out is killing us. I'm almost wondering if it cuts out. I can't kill those engines easily though. Just wondering if maybe I should try to detach them. But I'd have to shut the engine down manually, and I don't know that we have a way of doing that. Keep that up there and see if I can see if there's a way of doing it. Alright. Go. Release. There is an independent throttle. There is shutdown engine. Alright. So we'll keep an eye on it. If we lose it, we'll shut down the engine. Hopefully this will shut down all 4 of them. And I'm going to go ahead and keep this going straight until the apoapsis is at 100. And then when we get to about 100, then we'll go arcing. Alright, let's go over like that. $50, $60, $177. That's not horrible. And we got it laid over pretty decent. We're above what we need. Now can we just get the downrange distance we want? I don't know. We're only at 100 right now. We should be at 200 right now. I really need an upper stage. Alright, we're coming back down. Let's see if we can throw that just a little bit further over. Give it a little bit more distance. Yeah, we need 150 more and we're already below 100. I don't think we're going to hit it. And that was like the best chance we had. Or at least damn near. We're only at 312. Fucking hell. This is going to be a bitch. Alright, let's... One more shot. This time I'll go over a little bit earlier. And if it doesn't make it this time, I'm just going to go with it and we'll rebuild another one. Hey, come on, don't fail on me, guys. We had engine failure. Turn them down. Okay, ready and release. Engine failure is probably going to screw us. No, actually it didn't. We made it to 160. That's not bad. We were over pretty good. Not quite as much as I would have liked to have been, but we were over pretty decent. But I don't think we're going to hit 200 by apoapsis. We're going to be damn close, though. Alright, get to the apoapsis. And release. Alright, we are right at 200 at the apoapsis. Just a ton hair shy. This is going to be the best chance we have for it right here. If we don't hit it, we're not going to hit it. Unless we, could replicate it without the engine failure. But the engine failure is supposed to be good. It's supposed to help us learn more about it. So I'm actually going to finish no matter what. As I said. Oh, come on. We're at 350. 360. 70. 80. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. 386 again. 14 kilometers off of where we need to be. Alright, well. That's another failure down. Have to try something else. I wonder if we got any science off of this. Apparently there's no comm, so it ain't gonna tell us. But hopefully we got a little bit. We did get that basic science done, so we should have those Nike engines. And I do believe I actually got this done with the other spy rocket that had those on it. So we'll have to see if those are actually unlocked now. And if so, we'll try that rocket. And hopefully it'll work. But I definitely need to change the staging on this one. Get that recovered before it bobs out, because there's something with one of these mods that when it starts bobbing like that, crashes my game. That's what happened last time. Alright, so 0 signs there. We did recover 7.2 credits there. So we're up to 12.7. Go ahead and recover that. Alright, so the basic rocketry was an S2 engine, LR-43. Let's see. It needs ground clamps, so that kind of sucks. It does have way more thrust than the one we're using. Engine ISP. I'll have to check that one. Ooh, burn rate of 135 seconds. So this one not only has a better thrust, but it also has a longer burn rate. That is awesome. It only has ground ignition, so that kind of sucks. It does have gimbling. Alright, so we might be able to use that one. That's a booster. Booster chamber developed as a 2-chamber booster sustainer for the blue steel missile, with 1 chamber providing boost thrust while another smaller chamber provides sustainer thrust. I have no idea what that is. And then we have this one, which is a pump-fed engine. Very complicated piece of machinery that requires extensive testing. Launch cost is times 400. Ouch. Reliability at 0 data. At max data. Rated burn time is 3,600 seconds. 100% failure at 9,000 seconds. Ignition at data 90. Ignition at max data. Why does your throat hurt, fucker? Okay, so 72. It has 6 ignitions and not subject to ullage. Hell yes. We're going to try to use this and make a second stage. And then we've got RD100 Veronique upgrade. Alright, so we definitely want that. So was the Nike in this one? No. Okay, the Nike is in this one. Alright, so we do have the Nike now. And then this is what it's working on currently. What do we got up here? Early flight control. These are the upper stage engines that I definitely want. But they're 15. This one's 15. Orbital rocketry. This is 12. Vacuum engines. And then a bunch of upgrades. Alright, so we can do that one. Or we can do a radial separator motor medium and caster upgrades. Baby Sergeant upgrade. Crew survivability we're not worried about. Solar panels we don't need yet. Communicatron, yeah, we don't need those yet. Procedural probe core and avionics upgrade. And then we've got a Geiger counter. Boom. We really don't need these, I don't think. This one we could. And that one we could, but we don't need them really until we get to orbit. So let's go ahead and get the orbital rocketry started. And give me a second, I gotta report a bot. I don't know, but it's like a burning pain. It's like on the thing that hangs in the middle of your mouth. So your starts with a U. Trying to think of what the hell that thing's called. I know it starts with a U. It's got a weird name. Get some warm water, as warm as you can handle to drink. Hold in your mouth, not something you just sip like coffee, but something you can hold in your mouth. And put like a, yeah, uvula, that's what it's called. Get you a tablespoon, get you a teaspoon to a tablespoon of salt, table salt, and put it in a glass of really, really warm water and gargle with it. If you have an infection, the warm water will, or the salt will help to kill off the infection, and the warm water will help to soothe it a bit. And if you're going to work, stop and get some throat spray. Alright, so the engine we're currently using is the A4. We could use the XR1. Thrust is 333, burns for 70 seconds. And this one is 287 and burns for 70 seconds. So we could try this one instead of that one. Where is our new one? There's that caster booster. That's a big sumbitch. But I don't know if we have that available yet. AJ10 series early. I don't think that's one we actually have available. Aerojet, Aerojet. Where is... Okay, is this the one we were looking at? No, that needs ground clamps. There's the Nike. Pressure fed. Ignition 1, subject to ullage, which we don't want. RD10. That needs ground clamps. And its thrust is not what we want. 243. Subject to ullage, not what we want. This one's not subject to ullage. Whatever the hell that is. Pressure fed. Got 4 ignitions. But I think this is the one right here that we were going to try. Yeah, this is the one we were going to try. So we have the XLR-25, which has a max thrust in vacuum of 12. This one has max thrust vacuum of 6.7. Wait a minute, what's the difference here? Max thrust vacuum is 26. Oh, minimum thrust is 6. Alright. So it's going to cost me 5,000 to try this one. This one has more thrust, but it's going to cost me more to try it. Let's go ahead and purchase this one. And let's get rid of those. And we want to put the Nikes on here. If we can get away with it. We want 4 of them, thank you. I absolutely hate the fact that we've got to do this to use them. Why it does this on sideways crap, I don't know. It is very annoying. Well, Dan, you're asking the absolute wrong person that question. Because I don't go to doctors unless I'm, well, dying. Just a sore throat? No, I wouldn't go to the doctor. Because it's something that is, you know, not major. It's not going to kill you, and it's easily dealt with some home remedies, and they're probably going to tell you the same thing that I just told you, other than they're also probably going to say get some rest and try not to use your throat too often. And probably give you some kind of prescription for like a throat, kind of like a cough syrup, but more for your throat. I wouldn't bother, but I'm not your doctor, so you have to be the one to take that and decide if you feel you need to go to the doctor or not. Needs high pressure tank. It has a high pressure tank. Why does it never know it has high pressure tank? Does it like that high pressure tank? You have a high pressure tank. Stop telling me you need a high pressure tank. Look, tank, steel, HP. Well, it didn't start hurting until last night, so yeah, I was thinking just cough drops. Yeah. Now, granted, if you have medical insurance that can pay for your hospital bill or doctor's bill, and if you know, ain't gonna get in trouble with work for taking off to go to the doctor, then, you know, it's an option, but it's just not an option that I would personally go for. I don't know why the hell this thing doesn't like this tank. It says it needs a pressurized tank. It has a pressurized tank. It's pissing me off. It even has the right fuel for it. Okay, I put the fuel in and then it says it's okay. Alright, fuck off. Alright, so this has got plenty of thrust. We're not going to be using it until we get to a vacuum, which is going to have even more. And it's going to have a burn time of 70 seconds. What is the max burn? We have two different configurations we can buy. Rated burn time is 360 or 3600 seconds. If we do this one, it's 220 seconds. If we do that one, it's 360. So what's different than what we already have? Let's just try it the way we have it right now. It's only going for 70 seconds. Put that in there. Does this have gimbaling on it? It's got 4 ignitions. Not subject. Where's it at? This one. We need to get rid of this. Is there gimbaling? Gimbal 0. Well, that's not great. So we got to get tipped over a bit before we get up there. Okay. So now let's see. Are we light enough? Yes, we are light enough. We want to burn these at the same time that we release the clamps. Clamps get released. Engine goes first, clamps released. Boosters go. Release those. Then we're going to ditch this, light that, and then we will have our chute. Our avionics is set to only 12. We want to set that to 20. We want that at 0. And we'll set the battery to 1,000. Alright. So this is 68, which is where we want it. That's going to burn for 70 seconds. Alright, let's simulate this and see how it works. I get in trouble with work no matter what. Never forget, work will never care about your mental or physical health. You're like a robot to them. Well, this isn't wrong, and it's also a pretty busy time, so it's a shitty time to call off if you're able to work. Alright, kick the tires and light the fires. Whoa! Those bad boys work. I like those. Alright, so we need to start getting a bit of an angle here, because this thing is not going to be able to turn. Alright, jump that. Come on. Turn the thrust down. Get back to... Come on. Alright. We've got 4 ignitions. I'm gonna let it go. Let's get out of the atmosphere. We may have to put some kind of stabilizing fins on this. I'm guessing we might be a little bit nose heavy, but we shouldn't be. We definitely have the height we need, but we don't have the downrange distance we need. If we can get this thing to stop spinning, we might be able to get the downrange we need. Come on. Stabilize for me. It has no gimbaling, so there being no gimbal, it's not really going to be much help stabilizing. And I can't shut it back off. I think we're on probably close to our last ignition already. I'm just hoping it's gonna... It ain't gonna do shit. Alright, revert flight back to vehicle assembly. Let's see what we can do to figure out how to stabilize this thing. I'm used to normal Kerbal, where I have a, you know, the thing that does the thing, your controllability. There is RCS. We could try to use that. They don't cost much to buy. Actually, very cheap to buy. We could try that. I'm almost wondering if we should try, instead of using that nose cone, use this nose cone. If I take that off, my center mass is right there. If I put this one on, it's the same place. And mass weight is 198. So this is lighter, but it's also smaller. I think we'll go with that one, maybe. Nah, I think we'll stick with that one. That looks alright. Although I really think we should take it to 1.3. So yeah, let's try that. And then the tail fins, wings, standard canard, structural wing, delta wings. I don't like the procedural wings. These are supersonic, which is 100 Gs. 100 Gs, tolerance, pressure. Now those would just basically help it to fly straight, I think. I don't think they have any moving parts. Where these do, but they're too large. Let's see if this works any better. Alright, SAS on, throttle up. Ignition. Launch. Well, we're going over automatically since we had one of our boosters fail. Hopefully that'll be okay. We're not at a bad angle. As long as we can get our distance here. I'm going to go ahead and throttle down to about 3/4 or so for when we ignite this engine. And this time I'm not going to ignite it until we get up there a ways. Because we get max thrust at vacuum. So I'm going to wait till we hit at least 100. Because usually if I release this early, this is kind of pushing and it makes us tumble. So maybe if I wait till we get close to the apoapsis, we won't tumble as much. I'm going to hold the prograde. Not that that's going to do anything. We're going to try it. I'm almost wondering, even though I don't need to do it, if I should try to hot stage this. Well, whether it's because of where I released at or how far up I went before I released, it's working. We're staying pretty close to our trajectory. Now we just got to see if we can get this bad boy above 150. And get enough downrange distance. Go ahead and throttle up just a bit. Go to full throttle. We're up to 140. Our downrange distance is still only 115. Alright, we got the 150 we need. So we're good there. We just need to hit 200 before we get to the top. We're out of fuel, so that's all the help we're getting. And we only got 291. It's not bad. $340, $350, $370, $390, $400. We got it. Alright, so this should work. That right there shows it's completely possible to do it. Now, we just need to see if it's possible to land it with this upper stage, or if we need to disconnect and drop that engine. I'm hoping to be able to save that lower stage. 7, that should be okay. Alright, let's go back to vehicle assembly. This isn't going to get us the full distance that I want, because we need more than this, but it's enough to get this part done. So let's go ahead and do our tooling. And we're going to name this 5-2B. Add to build list and build. Unlock the parts. Save it. And let's get her done. Alright, so recondition. Supersonic flight. We can finish that off. And get our rocket done. Roll it out. And launch. Alright, so throttle up, SAS is on, kick the tires and light the fires. Go baby go! We only had one thruster fail, so that's good. That should give us a little more upwards trajectory. Again, I'm going to wait until we get to about 100 on our projected height. And then we'll lay it over. And I'm going to go ahead and hot stage it like I did last time. Alright, I'm not going to wait till 100. We're almost there already. We need to get this thing tipped. And our engine just cut out on us. We're going to hold about there. And let's go ahead and get right on up there towards 122. Alright. Let's engine on. Stage. Let's see if we can get to 150. Now wait a minute, where is our... I don't even see the thing we need. The last time we did it was in a... What the hell? I think that's a bug. We don't even have the mission that we're supposed to be doing. Did we fail the mission? Did it take us too long to get it done? I'll have to check when we get it done, but I'm gonna keep it going no matter what. Alright, so we got 173. That's plenty high enough for the mission if we had it. Hi King, how's it going, man? Alright, so it worked great. And we're getting science from it. Only issue is that I don't have the mission I'm supposed to be doing for some reason. Which is weird, because we had it in the simulation. Well, we got 3.3 science. That's good. Slow her down now. And release the chutes. Bring this bad boy on down through the clouds. Slow down there, Speed Racer. Yeah. Alright, coming down at 7.1. Let's see if this engine can actually handle hitting the water at that speed. It should be okay, I would think. Anything under 9 is good in stock KSB. Let's see how it is in here. Oh yeah, we're good. Alright, cover. Now let's go see what happened to our mission we were working on. Kind of disturbing that it's missing. I'm wondering if it had a shelf life and I exceeded that shelf life. I'm worried we failed it. Alright, pick up my clamp. We did get 8.6 more science, so that's good. That's something at least. Alright, so archive, altitude, sign, yep, it expired. Jag Nobbit. Alright, can we do it again? Alright, so reach 70 with 185 units. That's not the one we were doing. We were doing this one. 245 units, downrange. That's only 180 kilometers. That's not 400. That's not what we were doing. That's 455 at 330. Oh, holy crap. This one gives us 31,000 for doing it. Huh. 150 altitude, 400 kilometer downrange. I think this is the one we were actually trying to do, right? Altitude sounding rocket low. Wait a minute, that's not the one we were doing. There it is. Low space film. Yep. So apparently I failed 2 of them. I don't remember failing that one. Alright, so we're going to do this one. 150 at 400. And we don't have to make the ship. We already have the ship. We just need to get it built. So this one, okay, that right there is going to take 152 days to get it built. So let's recondition the launch pad and build it. And roll out. Alright, let's launch this bad boy. One of these days, King, you got to give this Realism Overhaul a try. You'll love it. You'll love it for one main thing. There is no gyros. I can't remember what they're called. The thing that allows you to turn your rocket without gimbling, there aren't any of those. At least not early on. I haven't seen one yet. Alright, so bring up our list. There's what we're going for. Kick the tires and light the fires. Engine started good. Launch. Dump the boosters. And away we go. Alright, we're going to hot stage again. Don't know if we need to do it, but we're going to try it because it's been working. We got to shimmy. We got to shake. Shake, 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 senora. Shake the party line. Alright, let's get up. Alright, we're now in the upper atmosphere. Go ahead and kick it a little bit north. And go to about there. And that's all the gimbling we can do. We have no gimbal on our upper stage. So now once we get up above 100, Alright. Light our upper stage. Release. Go for 150. There's 140. I'm not liking the downrange distance we got currently, but there's 150, so we've got our distance. We've got our altitude. Now we just need our downrange. 160. Oh, we're gonna go way up. This is working nice. What is our uncrewed altitude's 300? I don't think we're gonna hit that. And we're hitting 200. We got a pretty decent arch going on. Alright, so 217. Downrange distance of 62. We hit. Come on, baby. Need another 150 out of you. And we're at 260. 280. I don't think we're going to hit it. I don't think we're tipped over far enough. 300. Yep, we're coming down too much. We got to tip over more than that. Too much height, not enough vertical. Damn it. Try it again. Alright. SAS on. Throttle up. Like the engine. Go, baby. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give it just a little bit early. See if that helps. That'll get us downrange a little bit more. And I'm actually going to try to not hot stage it this time, just to see if we need to do that. Alright, let's give it a little bit more. I probably should be going east instead of north, but meh. Alright, let's go all the way over here to about there. That looks like a pretty good trajectory. We just need to get another 40 altitude. Once we get up to 100, then we will drop and light the second stage. Actually wondering how much speed we could actually go for. Let's try just a little bit early. See if we can maintain a little bit of that early speed, see if that helps. Alright, we're at 130 for our apoapsis. We got some pretty decent speed going on. We're almost to 100 downrange already. 140. We've still got about half a tank of fuel. We are going more upwardly now, though. I don't quite like. Not much we can do about that. We have our apoapsis high enough. Yeah, we're going straight up now. Almost backwards. Don't like that. Well, let's see what we end up with when we get to 180. 200. That should give us 400 by the time we get down. We should be good. Oh yeah, we're at 300 already. 350. 360. 370. 380. 90. We got it. Now the only issue is we're coming down nose first. Thank you for writing yourself. I greatly appreciate it. No science gained, we already had this data. Well, meh. I want your science anyways. Alright, release the chutes and bring her on down. Hey, we're not coming down over the water. That looks like land. How are we coming down over land? We must have really got downrange. A lot further downrange than I expected to be. And it doesn't tell us how far we actually made it. And somehow we're only coming down at 6.7 now instead of 7.1. But we are here. Successfully landed. Alright, so we got the low film done. Now what are we going to try to do? I know our next big one is going like 3,000 downrange, but we're nowhere near ready for that. Hey, we got 8.8 science for that. Awesome. Alright, so we're up to 18.8 science now. Clear that. Alright, so we can now get the early flight control. A Gina equipment rack contains RCS, fuel tanks, batteries, and can be used to mount auxiliary thrusters and solar panels to turn Argina into a self-sustained satellite bus. And then we have a deprecated engine. And we have these guys. That one's deprecated too. Thruster for orbital maneuvers similar to ones used in the Galileo probe. And a new RCS block. Oh, that's an upgrade. Okay. Very small thruster for probes. Okay, so this stuff is more probe-y stuff. We're not ready for that yet. Early descent and landing. We have heat shields. Heat shield decoupler. Deprecated engine. A science sample return capsule. Heat shields. Don't know if we're ready for that yet. Orbital rocketry, we got a booster, new engine, powered the second stage of the Titan launchers, exhaust from the gas generator provided roll control. Okay, does this have gimbaling? It does have gimbaling. Awesome. Viking, upper stage Viking engine, used on Ariane 1 and 4, as well as Indian launch vehicles, and a spaceplane engine, which we're not worried about, and a bunch of upgrades. We could do that. Or we can't go for our next one of these, which is early human space flight. Then we got the solar panel. We got communications, which we don't need yet. A probe control, and what does this have? Science core TL3, mass, cost, power, disk space, near Earth, upgrade for procedural avionics unlock, the upgrade through the GUI, access by ripping on the part and choosing config. Okay. We could do that. The Geiger counter situation is space low and high. We can make it to space, so we could do that. Early magmometer. This is landed in biome, space low and high. Doesn't say anything about being in orbit. So we could use that. Space low and high for this. And doesn't say anything about orbit for it either. And the improved film is long-term Earth images, satellite, experimental based on the Corona program. Requires multiple launches for film storage and recovery and this is space low, but I don't think we really need that one until we can get to orbit. And then early film. Landed, splashed, flying low, flying high. Okay, let's go ahead and get this done. That's only going to cost 7. We definitely want that. And we'll go ahead and purchase everything. So it's ready to go as soon as that is done. And that leaves us 11. We can do the solid. And that's about it, other than high-speed flights, another turbojet, and some engines. I think we'll wait. We'll see what we want to get here. Advanced biological suborbital experiment. Reach orbital velocity of 2,000 meters a second with a minimum altitude of 140 kilometers with a biological sample and sounding payload of 200 and then recover that sample. Launch through vessel, uncrewed. 140 with a speed of 2,000. We should be able to do that, I would think. What is our next low film? Altitude of 200. Downrange distance of 600. Ouch. Let's go ahead and try this one. We should be able to hit 2,000, I would think. Have we hit 2,000 already? No, we have not hit 2,000 yet. Well, let's see if we can figure out how to do so. I know the first thing we need to do is change out our lower engine, our lower stage. Because we need an engine that can burn longer than 70 seconds. Currently, that's all we can do. Unless there's an upgrade for it. There is an upgrade. And it'll take us to 115 burn time. Go ahead and do that. So that means that we can make this stage longer. Nope, we can't go that long. That's going to take us up to our max. Let's see how that works. See how far up that'll get us. I don't think we need a sounding payload for this one. I'll have to check and see. I hope not. We don't have one. Alright, so orbital velocity up to at least 140 with a biological sample, which we have, and 200 units of payload. Well, we don't have the payload, but let's see if we can get that high. Fire. That didn't work. What the hell? Do we need a different fuel now that we upgraded the engine? I bet we need a different fuel than we had now that we upgraded the engine. I didn't even look at that. Okay, now why did you go up above? Yeah, don't be going up above. Alright, so it's not complaining. But let's go ahead and remove tanks. Ah, yeah, we use a different fuel now. Alright. 110 second burn time, 124 or 1.24 thrust to weight. And we're now above. We need to bring that back down. There we go. And I have no idea why these are showing no burn time for them. No idea. We're going to try it anyways. Let's see what it does. And then we got to deal with putting the payload on if we can hit what we actually need to hit. Alright, throttle up, SAS, kick the tires and light the fires. Yeah, they worked. No idea why they didn't show that they were going to, but stick to prograde as best we can. We should have a lot slower ascent now. I don't really like the shake we got going on, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it, because as far as I know, yeah, this engine is not really throttleable. We're going up nice and slow this time, so we shouldn't be wasting as much fuel. All that wind shear we normally have. We're getting 100 and, or we're hitting 50. We need to get up to 140. We're at 90. 110. 20. Okay, we easily have the height. We just need our speed, which we're not far off of. And our engine failed. See if we can reignite it. No. Yeah. Why did the engine fail? What? I don't even see where it says why it failed. We got the height we needed easily. And unless we get the speed coming down, which we're not going to, we're not going to get the speed either. We should start hitting the atmosphere soon. Yep, 18. Alright, let's revert. Try it again. If that upper stage doesn't fail, we might actually be able to get this done. No idea why that upper stage failed like that. I've never had this upper stage fail. Had the lower stages fail plenty, but never the upper one. Alright, let's light the engine. And go. Rid of the boosters, and let's rock. Up we go into the wild blue yonder. I like how nice and slow it goes up now. Way better than it was before. Alright, we're almost out of the lower part of the atmosphere. Up into the upper part. Now we should start gaining altitude and speed better. $90, 110, 130. Okay, we got what we need for height. Now we just got to get the speed. Okay, go. Get to 2,000. Going slowly, but we will be in space soon. Now we're losing speed because we're not going upwards. Why are we not going upwards? We're in space now, but we are losing speed badly because we are coming back down. I might have to put RCS on here. I don't want to have to put RCS on here. But we might have to put RCS on here. Either that, or I might need to wait a little bit longer to release. See if we can keep it going upwards. I don't think it's going to do us a lot of good since we lost a lot of fuel. We have no gimbal, so we can't stop the rotation. And that's all we got for fuel. Alright. Let's go try that other engine. Because if I remember correctly, we have another engine and another upper stage engine unlocked that actually has some gimbal. This one was cheaper, but where is it? Is it this one? No, this doesn't have gimbal either. I think it has more thrust. Max thrust in a vacuum is 72, and the one we're using now is 26. So it does have more thrust. Since we're trying to go over, or since we're not trying to go over, we technically don't need the upper stage. Aerobee doesn't have gimbal either, right? No. So we don't want to use that. Aerojet. We don't want any of those. What is this? Does have gimbaling. Way more thrust than the engine we're using. Also going to cost us 70 grand to unlock. Unthrottleable, so the same as what we got. But it's got way more thrust. We can't use it for the upper stage anyways, because it needs ground clamps. That needs ground clamps. Subject to ullage, which is going to kick me in the ass. And no gimbal. RD100 needs ground clamps. It does gimbal, but we'd have to use it for the lower stage. It's only 307, and we're doing this one, which is 284. Yeah, we have the 84. Again, we could always go to the XLR41, which has more thrust. 282, 238. Has the same burn rate and has less gimbal I still want to know what this thing is. What the hell is this thing? Where the hell did it go? Damn it, now that I made it so I could see it. Or use it. I can't find it. There it is. What the hell are you? It says it's a booster. Engine mass burns for 60 seconds. And it needs fuel. That is a very strange booster. But it's also not what we're looking for right now. RD200 needs ground clamps, not all we want. I wonder if we put these spin motors on the top, if they would help to keep it going straight. If we spun it once we got it up there. And the Veronique does not have gimbal. That looks like a turbojet. Not what we want. So yeah, we either need to pay 10 grand to get this one. To use for the upper stage, which doesn't have gimbal. We're not getting gimbal for that top stage. Alright, so let's try this then. Let's jump the upper stage. Then we can put more fuel into the lower stage. We still have to worry about the payload though. I guess we probably should deal with. And we need 200. Alright, so we're gonna have to make this just a bit shorter. Alright, so we're good there. That gives us 116 burn time. Let's simulate and see what it does. Because we almost hit what we needed on the first stage. So maybe we can actually hit it. If we just lose that upper stage. Let's try it. Get the ties and light the fires. And away we go. Alright, so now we have launched uncrewed. We have our sounding payload. Crap, we need the advanced biological capsule. Son of a bitch. Alright, so we gotta fix that. Good thing I noticed that. Let's see if we can at least get the speed we need. We can always change out the camera for it if we need to. I don't know how heavy the advanced is compared to the regular one we have. Alright, we're about half empty. Just breaking through into the upper part of the atmosphere. Now we should really start gaining altitude better. Alright, we got the 140 we need. We need 500 more meters a second speed. 200 more. We did it. We got 2,000. Now the only question is, do we have to have 140 at the same time that we have 2,000? We also have broke a speed record, and we will also break a uncrewed altitude record of 300. Alright, so we did it. The only thing we don't have is the advanced biological. Now we just got to check and see if that's going to work. Alright, so back to vehicle assembly. Let's get the right part on here. So ditching that upper stage was a great idea. Alright, so you little guy have to go away. Now we need this one. Is a little bit bigger. Just wondering if I want to make the tip of this smaller. Let's see. We do this. Put that up there. And how's it going, alien? Welcome to Bear's Den. Here, I'll even give you your proper welcome message. There you go. Alright, so we want to make this a cone. We want the bottom out like so. And then we want to do this one smaller. Alright, so we got to make sure that this still has 200. Does not. Update. Alright. So that should have what we need. And size is still fine. Alright, let's simulate it and see if it works. By the way, for anybody new here other than Alien, and including Alien, this is my first time going through the Realism Overhaul, Realistic Progression mod pack, and I've done no research. I've had a couple people help me early on to understand a few things, but I'm just trying to kind of learn as I go. I did forget to set that to waiting, so I gotta remember to do that before we build. Alright, let's kick the tires and light the fires. Whoa! We had engine failure on the booster. We're good. We're good. Alright. We had complete engine failure. And that's not good. Let's try that again. And actually, before I try again, let's go set that biological thing where it needs to be set at before I forget to do so. As I will forget to do so. Alright, you waiting. Let's change this to Skyrocket free. And save it since it's a new design. And simulate. So if you have any helpful tips, feel free. Don't expect me to take them, but you're free to offer them. I'm a little bit on the hard-headed side. And little bit is an understatement. But I do welcome help. If it's, helpful. Alright, so we got good check marks everywhere. We just need to get what we need to get. So, let's rock and roll. And we had engine failure again. Hopefully that's only on the booster this time. No main engine failure. We're trying to do a contract to get to 150 kilometers in height, 200 units of sounding payload, and recover it after hitting orbital velocity, which apparently in here is 2,000 meters per second that we need to hit. We're going over just a touch. Try to straighten that out just a little bit. I haven't tried this mod yet. Looking to try at some point. Can you disable the engine failure? Would get really annoying. I do believe you can, which we just had an engine failure. Performance loss. So we will probably not be hitting the speed we need And we only have one ignition on this engine, so we can't turn it off and turn it back on. Great. The good thing is, with the way the engine failures are with the stock setup that I'm playing with, because I didn't change anything. Playing in normal mode, you can still revert your flights, even outside of a simulation. So I would say leave the engine failures on, just so you can learn how to deal with them. And if something goes wrong, you can always revert the flight and try again. We might actually hit the 2,000 we need. We just hit it. Even with our performance loss, it still got the speed we needed. We got our uncrewed speed record. We got above 140, so all we got to do now is bring it home safe. And we will also be breaking our altitude record of 300. And with us getting up this high, we should get a decent amount of science out of this as well. It says 0 right now, but this thing lies a lot. Alright, so the new uncrewed altitude record will be 400, and we're just barely shy of that. So let's make sure that we're not going to burn up when we come back into the atmosphere. Drop that lower stage now. And let's see if we can land this bad boy. Can't take the heat? Get out the kitchen. Alright, even coming down from that height, we're okay on the heat. Kick out the chutes. Let's see what our landing speed is going to be. 5.6, that's perfectly fine. Alright, back to assembly. And let's build this bad boy. I will tell you, if you're going to try this, if you haven't done any research, you definitely need to know one thing. This button right here gives you the tooling for the parts that you have on your ship. You definitely need to do this, because if you don't do this, it's going to take way longer. Like twice as long to build your ship. And you will run out of money. So every ship you build, check this and make sure that the tooling is done before you do this. Alright, so add the build plan and build. So we now have Spy Rocket 3 in our build list. It's going to take 214 days to build it. So let's get out here and get her done. Now I do believe if you try to do like the higher difficulty, then you can't revert. But since this is my first time, I figured I'd leave it stock and just deal with being able to revert. Alright, so we're getting solid rocket engines research now, which I actually should probably buy a little bit of points. Got 100 and I've got 122,000. Buy another point. Put it into research, and we'll buy another one to put into the VAB. Alright, so let's get that done. And we got 132 days left on our rocket. Get that done. And also, if you're going to do any crewed flights, you really want to do them quite early, because all 4 of my starting guys have already retired, and it'll cost me to buy a new pilot. I personally don't do planes because I can't stand trying to build them. But if you're into doing the planes and want to try to do the early speed records and altitude records with a plane, you want to do that early. I would suggest building a rocket and a plane at the same time, which is probably something I should be doing, which is building one of my rockets on the launch pad on the VAB and another one on the runway, because that would save me a lot of time. But I haven't yet. Alright, beautiful sunny day. Let's kick the tires and light the fires. And away we go. Oh, and another early game hint: use spin stabilization until you get gimbal. Until you start using like the A4 engine that I'm using, or the other one that's similar to it, you definitely want to offset your wings. That way you have spin stabilization. Otherwise, you're going to go way off course. Alright, let's see what she's going to do. We've got everything we need. We just got to get up to space and up to speed. And I'm hoping, since we're getting as far out as we are, we can get some decent science as well. Alright, we easily have our altitude. Coming up on speed. There we go. We have the speed, and we have the height, and we actually broke 400. So we're actually going to get the 300 and the 400. That is awesome. Alright, so we got our uncrewed speed. We have that completed. We should now hit this one as soon as we get to 300. And we're already in space, so we might as well drop that. There's our 300. Now we're going for 400. Still doesn't say anything for our science. Speed up just a little bit faster. Are they finally coming apart? Not completely. Alright, there's the 400. Next is 500. We definitely ain't hitting that today. At least not on this launch. How are we doing on electric? Oh, we got plenty of electric charge. Now they're finally starting to come away from each other. Alright, so once we land this bad boy, we will be done. Biological sample, flying high, base low. Doesn't say we have anything there. We got 0.2 apparently for that one. Alright, down she comes. Total science transmitted 0.2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, don't come in while being at speed. We did lose our antennas apparently. But we have everything else. Focus, stupid, focus. I was coming in way too fast. And for some reason our shoots look like they're offset. I need to fix that. They shouldn't look like that. Alright, 5.8, that's not bad. And bloop, we're here. Contract done. Normal recovery. So I'm thinking I need to build another launch pad. I wonder what it's going to cost me to do so. We got 5.4 science. So our planetary photography got us 0.4, 2.2, and 2.4. And our biological sample 2 got us 0.3. So we're at 17.5. Not horrible. Alright, so you can't upgrade it. But we can build a new one. Let's see. So current launch pad. And we can hit new. And we want a level 2. It will cost $12,500 to build a new launch pad. Estimated construction time is 39 days. It'll cost $70,000 to build a level 2 and take 472 days. Ouch, that's like half of our funds. No, we're not going to build one yet. We just can't make much bigger than what we currently have. And hey, look, I have my first Twitch bot of the day to deal with. Give me just a second. There we go. Bot deleted. Alright, so advanced biological suborbital experiment. Orbital velocity of 3,000. We need a new engine for that. We can't get to that kind of speed with this engine. Still the same height and same payload. This one is 160 with only 105 unit payload. Yeah, we can easily do that. We technically just did it. Kinda stinks you can only do one of those. We still have this one, which I will not be able to do for quite a while, because this one I gotta get to 140 with 3,000 kilometer downrange. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. But let's see. Mature supersonic flight, satellite era material science. That's the one I really want to get done. But it's not going to be done for 772 days. Damn. That one's not going to be done till 541. Ugh. We got 17.5. So we could do orbital rocketry. We could do the next booster. Next booster is only 5. Early avionics. That gives us the probe core, resizable procedural probe core, uses procedural avionics to allow for varying avionics control. Let's go ahead and do that one. This is going to give us another upgrade and deep space avionics. Don't really need that. At least not yet. And we'll do this one, even though it's just going to basically get us a radial separation motor that I still haven't messed with. And then the next one will give us more boosters. So we need 0.5 to do that one. Alright, well, we know we can do this next contract with the ship we already have built. We already have the tooling for it. The only thing is it's going to have more payload than what it needs to have. But let's go ahead and build it again. And since we don't need to go quite as high, we only need to go to 160, we'll actually get some downrange, see if we can get some more science. Alright, so Spy Rocket 3 is being built. Recondition the launch pad. Gonna finish up that supersonic flight research. And now let's get our rocket done, which is going to take another 143 days. Roll it on out. And since we've got 153, let's put another 2,000 funds into science, or 20,000, and that into build. And let's launch. Alright, let's rock and roll. Away we go. And one booster failure. Let's go ahead and go just a little bit over towards the east. Follow prograde. Let's see just how far over we can go. Alright, we got everything we need. We just have to hit our altitude. As long as we don't have an engine failure, we should be able to hit that altitude easily. halfway there. $120, 40, 160. We good. Let's go ahead and go over a bit more. See just how far downrange we can manage to get this thing. Maybe I went over a little bit too far. Because now we're tumbling. But we're tumbling slow, so we should be okay. Alright, we're going to set this thing to retro. And when it gets back around here, there we go, we got it done. Go ahead and ditch that stage. And let's get her on done. And this time, slow down when we get about right there. That way it doesn't look like everything's gonna burn up on us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We just lost the parachute. That wasn't good. I also forgot to fix that parachute. Good thing we don't have to recover this for the mission. Because I don't know if that one parachute's going to do this. I wonder why it burned up this time, but it didn't last time. That is quite strange. Maybe we need to start looking into some heat shields. We're still coming down at 7.9. We should be alright with that. Redundant parachutes. Always a good thing. We're good. Quite funny that going straight up and back down, I dealt with less heat than coming in more vertical. In stock KSP, it's the exact opposite. Oh, we got 1.2 more science from it, so we got a little more planetary photography done, more for the biological, so that's good. Cover that. Alright, so what are we doing now? Altitude sounding rocket. This is the same thing, just going higher. We can do that. It's only going to give us 11,000. Advanced biological will give me more. Orbital velocity of 3,000, but we can't hit that yet. Intermediate is 100 with... And we've got that. We can do that one as well. But that's only 9. Downrange distance. Payload of 285. Maintain avionics, not a problem. Ooh, this one pays pretty good too. We can do this. We can easily do that. Alright, let's go in here and make sure we got everything optimized as well as we can. Fix those parachutes so they're not offset and looking weird. Which I don't really look that weird in here, but reset them anyways, just to make sure. Alright, so for this one, we need 380 kilometer downrange with 285. Alright, update that. And we're still not over our max. So that's good. Alright, so 380 downrange, 285 units of it. And 140 altitude. We can do that. We did 404. Now, let's try it, because the last one we did it with, we had the second stage on it. We haven't tried going that far with this one. But we can get plenty of height, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, we're going to start over about that far. Alright, so we got to keep it for 50 seconds, which is not a problem. We'll have it for the whole flight. Downrange is not going that far yet, but we still haven't broke out of the atmosphere yet, so not a big deal. Already over halfway to our apoapsis, so let's take this on over a bit more. That'll get us plenty downrange right there. Alright, 167 apoapsis. Let's see if we get 380 out of it. Which means we need to be at about 160. We're already at. Wanted to be 160 by the apoapsis, and we're going to be almost 300 by the time we hit the apoapsis. And we easily got this one. Yep, there's 300, and we still haven't hit the apoapsis. We did good. Alright, let's go build this thing. Since the only thing we really did was change the the payload, I'm not even going to change the name. I'm just going to give it a save. Check the tooling. Tooling's all done. Okay. Didn't figure it would change, but wanted to make sure. Add and fill. And after this one, we're going to build the new launch pad. Alright, so recondition. And build our rocket. Roll out. We've got 8 years before we're supposed to be landing on the moon. And I still haven't gotten to orbit. I don't know if we're going to get to landing on the moon by 1969. Alright, throttle up, SAS. Get the tires and light the fires. And away we go. Oh crap. Saved it. We're good. Alright, let's go over to about right there. That'll work. Let's actually do a little roll this time. Roll that beautiful beam footage. Alright, hold the prograde. Let's rock. It'll be rather nice when we actually get an engine that we can throttle. Because we got way more G's of acceleration than we really need right now. It'd be nice to be able to throttle down a little bit. Alright, apoapsis is above 100. Go ahead and get a little more tilt on. Make sure we get plenty of downrange. And there we go. That's as far as we go. 166 for a height. Let's see if we're going to get the downrange we need. It looks like easily we're already at 150. Oh yeah, 200 before we hit apoapsis. We're good. We got this. Oh yeah, we broke 300 before we hit. We're doing good. Look at that arc. If we had an upper stage, we might actually be able to make it to orbit. That was a very nice gravity turn. Alright, let's start getting this thing turned. And drop that. Slow down before you burn everything up on me. And look at that, we didn't even take on heat. Nothing took heat damage. B-E-A beautiful. You gotta love it. Alright, down through the clouds. And we're gonna be splish splashing in the water. Hopefully we'll have our new science. Research soon. Fish bloosh. No, don't start bouncing. You're not crashing on me again. Alright, we got a little bit of science, but not much. But that's fine. What are we doing next? Low space film return. 200 with 600 downrange. We got to build that new launch pad first. Downrange distance, 250 units of payload. Downrange of only 180. 180. What does it got to have for height? Avionics, altitude of 140. Isn't that what I just did? The reward for this contract will slowly increase over time, but will be reset to 0 after each completion. Current reward as at 171% of its normal value. Elapsed expected days 193 of 90. What is this one? 470 units of payload. Downrange distance of 330. We can definitely do that. It's supposed to be more difficult than this one. I'm guessing because of the extra distance and extra weight, but we should be able to handle that. 180, payload of 70. What's going to pay us the most here? 15, 13, 16, 13, and 22. But we can't do that one yet. Alright, let's do this one. And let's build that new launch pad. Alright, launch pad number 2. It's going to take 442 days. 70 grand. Alright, so it is being built. Cover our launch clamps. Let's go fix our rocket. The only thing we should have to do is deal with the payload, which we need 470 units of. There we go. Didn't change the size. It didn't take us over our mass limit. We're good there. We do have an ion spectrometer. Landed, flying high, space low, space high. Go ahead and buy that. And let's stick it on here. Get it ready to go. Check the tooling. Tooling is fine. Change this to B. Save. And add, build, close, go. Alright, condition. Complete the rocket. And roll out. And our satellite aero material science is the next thing to get done in 118 days. Which is about the time it takes to build a rocket. Maybe a little bit less. So we might have that we can put on for the, not the next rocket, but the next rocket after that. Alright, SAS is on, throttle is up. Contract we're doing is 330 downrange, and we only need to be 140 altitude. So let's rock. Go baby go. Boosters away. Go ahead and do a roll maneuver. And set our trajectory for a little bit downrange. And set to prograde and let's rock and roll. 330 downrange, here we come. We should get a bit more science now, since this new science equipment is going to do flying low and flying high. For some reason it says invalid situation. We're flying low, so I'm not sure why it says that, but I don't care too much. Alright, we're at 100. Let's start tipping just a bit more. Give us some sideways verticality here. There we go. Mass spectrometer is running. So we should be getting us some science. Alright, let's get on out there. We got to 160, so that's plenty of height. There's the 140 we needed. Hey, wait a minute. Why does it not say we have enough payload? We're supposed to have 470. Fudge knuckins. Well, we got what we needed, but we didn't have enough payload. Why did it not give us enough payload? Well, I guess this is a science mission only again. Damn it. Hate it when that happens. But let's go ahead and drop the lower stage. Bring her on down. Should at least get a decent little bit of science here. Gonna have to double check why that payload isn't right though. Wonder if I typed the number wrong or it just boogered it on me. We ended up with 712 distance. So double what we needed. Over double what we needed. This stinks we're going to have to do it over. Because I think that means we're going to make less money. And, well, we had to pay for a rocket that we're not basically getting paid back for. Come on. Recover. Don't crash. Alright, so science, we only got 0.3. Why did it say it didn't give me anything for the... I have no idea. Let's go look and see what the hell's going on here. Alright. Payload. Contract says 470 units. Thank you, it's only got 330. Why? Is it not adjusting the size of the... We gotta make this bigger. Is that the problem? 463, 529. We need 470. Alright. I thought it would automatically adjust the length. We are seriously 0.01 over on our weight. Tag nabbit. What do I want to get rid of here? I really don't know what I want to get rid of. Actually, I think I want to put these up here. Since this is sloped now, and technically that would do it if I just go to 1, and I know 1 will handle it. So screw it, that's what we're doing. Then I don't have to drop the fuel, even though technically don't need as much as we got. Alright, so add, build, close. Alright, how much longer do I have? 278 days until it expires. We're good. Alright, 117 days. And that'll get that done. And now we can complete the rocket. We're in 62 now. Alright, roll it out. And we still have 82 days. So we're good. I think we got more if we actually got it done sooner, but oh well. You live and you learn. Always double check your payload. Alright, SAS on, throttle up. Sure that thing is turned on. Yep, it is running. Alright. Hit the tires, light the fires. We up out this bitch. Alright, roll it on over. And head down range. That'll be good. Follow roll grade. Beautiful sunset launch. You can see the lights over Cape Canaveral. Alright, so everything is now correct. We just need to get our two distances. We're at 60. Alright, let's start getting a little bit more sideways here. $20, $130. Come on, hit 140. Okay, we got 140. 146. This is a heavy payload. We just barely got there. Luckily, we're not going to lose too much of our apoapsisite because we're just about outside of the atmosphere. So we shouldn't lose 6 kilometers. Yeah, there's no way we're losing 6 kilometers. We easily have the downrange distance we need. We're over halfway there already. Alright, there's the 140. We're at almost 300 by the time we hit our apoapsis, so we're good there. And there you go. It is done. We got a little bit more science too. Get rid of that. And let's bring her on home. Okay, don't be getting hot now. We're good. We didn't burn nothing up. Alright, bring her on down a little ways. Get the chute. That's really weird that this thing, the connection is timed out. Oh, crap. Don't do that. Recover. I wonder if I'm too far downrange for the antennas that I have or something. You wouldn't think so, because they're supposed to be like the Sputnik antennas. But they was originally on the Sputnik satellite. Maybe it doesn't connect because there's nothing it needs to do. I don't know. Alright, so we got more upgrade points. We'll put them in the build. Let's go ahead and buy 2 more points. And put them into R&D. We got 0.2 science. Still nothing from that new science thing we got. Not sure why. Alright, so what do we got available now? Downrange 375, 540. We should be able to hit that. Or 345, downrange 360. They both need to be at 140. So let's go ahead and do the more difficult one, I guess. How much longer do we have on our new launch pad? Not done yet. Wasn't it like 400 days to get that thing done? I think it was. Alright, so no new sciencey stuff yet. We can change our payload now. So we only need, what was it, 350? 375. There we go. Hi Jess, how's it going? Everything is going good. How about yourself? Glad to hear it. Merry Christmas, by the way. That's low enough. Alright, so let's double check. 375, that's what we got. That's what we need. And we're going to go ahead and save. Well, let's change it to C. Save. Tooling shouldn't have changed. Apparently it did. Let's get tooling done. Build list, plans, add, build, close, and let's rock and roll. Oh, you're talking with stock KSP. You can't figure out how to orbit. Well, give me just a bit. I'm getting ready to finish up here anyways. I will switch over to stock and I'll see if I can help you. Alright, so finish up the reconditioning. Our avionics is going to be next. Finish that. Launchpad 2! Hell yes. Now we'll be able to build bigger rockets. And let's get our rocket done. And we are now just past my birthday in 1963. I wasn't even born yet. Alright, let's roll this bad boy out. Launch. This will be the last one we do for the day. Starting to get a bit on the hungry side. I'm gonna go get me some dinner. What would be for most people in my time zone breakfast. I'm a little back-assward. But yeah, Jess, this is highly modified. So this is going to be nothing like what you're doing. Alright, so have the payload, maintain 140, 540. Alright. Kick the tires and light the fires. And away we go. Boosters away. Run roll program. And start our... By the way, what I'm doing right now is something you do need to do to get to orbit. You need to do a gravity turn, which is basically what I just did. You need to head eastward. I'm going a little bit too far, too fast. We want to be about right there. But you basically need to get altitude and vertical at the same time. By the time you get close to 70, oh, I see why I'm going over. I had an engine failure. We have performance loss. Well, let's see if we can fight this thing. Keep it going upwards. We're only getting 2.3 thrust to weight right now. And we're still in the lower atmosphere, so it's taking a lot of fighting to do. Oh, come on. I don't normally have to fight it this hard. I don't know if we're going to do this. We may have to revert. Because we have got very little speed. Yeah, we're almost 3/4 of the way through this fuel tank, and we're only at 27 for an apoapsis. That kind of stinks. And now we had engine failure. Yep, we got to revert. All that fighting for nothing. Alright, let's try this again. SAS on, throttle is up. Ignition. Go. Boosters away. Form a roll. By the way, the rolling you don't have to do. I just do it because it keeps the plane nice and straight, and I can just push down to start going sideways. I don't have to push left or right. Right. Alright, now set the prograde, and we're good to go. Now I don't have to fight it. As long as we don't have an engine failure. Alright, so we got to get to 140, downrange of 540. I do believe we can hit that. I'm hoping we can hit that. We hit 700 that one time. Alright, let's start going over a bit more. Got plenty of fuel. Should be able to hit 140 easy. Yeah, we got 140. Let's just dip all the way over. Get as much vertical as we can. Alright, let's see what we end up with. 148 for the apoapsis. And we need about 270 before we get there. We're at 200, 250, 270, 300. We got it easy. We got this. We should have no problem getting 540 on the way back down. Go ahead and drop that lower stage. Don't need to drag it back down with us. 520, 540, contract complete. All right, so Jess, hold on. Slow down. Okay, we're good. Are you playing career mode or are you playing just sandbox? And I've also never played this for a console, so I don't know what version it's on. Stop bouncing. Stop bouncing. Alright, recovered. Alright, so 0.3 science. Cover that. We're at 161,000. So we can now build a bigger ship. So we're going to try to do orbital velocity of 3,000, 140, 200 units. I think we're going to try for this one next. See if we can break 3,000 meters a second speed. But I'm going to go ahead and hold off pulling in a new contract until we come back next time. And Jess, let me know if you're still here. And before I end, I will show you how to get to orbit. Well, I take it that's a no. Well, for anybody that hasn't seen it already, welcome to Bear's Den. We do all kinds of stuff, mainly GregTech, but also some Kerbal. 7 Days to Die here and there. We're actually doing a 7 Days to Die stream with Twitch interaction. So if you're into that kind of thing, stop back and check it out. I am going to end here and go get some dinner. Y'all have a nice day. And I'll see you guys next time. I usually play 7 Days to Die about 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's 8 a.m. where I am now, so like 8 hours from now is when I play 7 Days to Die. Me, Junior, my son, and our friend Crazy, member of our group, are starting a 7 Days to Die video series, which will be over on YouTube. That should be coming out in the next week, like the first of the year. We actually have several 7 Days to Die. Well, I have several 7 Days to Dies already over there. But we'll be starting a new playthrough without the Twitch interaction thing. Just like 30-minute episodes, 45-minute episodes, one episode a day. But if you want to do the stream where we play for about 4 hours and you guys get to interact with spawning zombies, buffs, debuffs, all kinds of fun things like that, that's in about 8 hours. So, have a good one. Take it easy. I'm gonna go get some dinner. Oh, and I guess our welcome message doesn't have it, but you can see on the screen the YouTube channel. I need to fix that because that's very long. Let me give you a, it should be down in the description thing at the bottom, but here's a direct link to the YouTube channel. I guess I need to add that to the welcome message, but you can get a link in Discord and on the website as well. But I'll have to add that to my welcome message, I guess.